Part 1. 60,000 Years Without Civilization. North Sentinel Island is a remote island in the Indian Ocean. On this isolated island within this distant geography of the Indian Ocean, we still witness a primitive civilization, people who live in a way similar to early humans. The inhabitants of this island, known as North Sentinel Island, have been separated from civilization for many years. The people of Sentinel Island are known as the ancient Sentinelese tribe, and they are often simply called the Sentinelese. According to archaeologists, the Sentinelese have lived on this remote island of India in the Indian Ocean for nearly 60,000 years. The Sentinelese tribe has remained completely isolated from any form of civilization and contact with the outside world. They have no connection whatsoever with the modern world, and this has always raised questions for people around the globe. Who are these people and how do they live? Of course, Sentinel Island is not the only place on land that has no connection with the outside world. In other words, the Sentinelese are not the only primitive people or early humans on Earth who have distanced themselves from modern life. Throughout history, there have been countless primitive tribes living in ways similar to early humans. In ancient times, people in many parts of the world lived like early humans, but over time, many of them embraced modernity and accepted a modern lifestyle. Eventually, modern life prevailed over primitive life. On Sentinel Island in the Indian Ocean, which forms a small and relatively insignificant part of the Indian Ocean's geography, the situation followed a similar path. Around 300 years ago, modern humans of that era, mostly white British explorers, reached this region. Gradually, their numbers increased, and they attempted to establish contact with the native people of this part of India. However, the people of Sentinel Island stood like an unbreakable barrier against these explorers. They showed no desire whatsoever to communicate with outsiders. The indigenous people of this region tried to prevent foreigners from entering their land. They attacked anyone they encountered by throwing stones and wooden spears, and in many cases they killed intruders.